Hello friends, welcome to the demo class of SAS under SasAnalytics.co.in. In this video, I take you through the certain and the basic commands of SAS and give you a flavor how SAS works with your dataset, or how can you work with SAS to do some analysis in your dataset. So before working on coding, I am introducing you to three basic window of SAS. The first is code, where you can write your codes. Second is log. Here you can see whether your codes are working fine or not. And the last one is result. All the output of your codes appears here. Now, if you can see on the left hand side of this window, there is a library section. These are the default libraries and the work library. Now, work library is a temporary library. Anything you save in work library, it is a default library also. Anything you process in your SAS Studio or SAS software, it directly goes to the work library, which is temporary in nature. The moment you shut down or log off SAS, you are losing your work. So in order to save your work, you need to create a permanent library. I tell you the basic step first, how to create a permanent library. So the code of creating a permanent library is this: lib name of your library, like mylib, and within the inverted commas, you need to mention the path. The default path for SAS Studio starts with this statement: folders, my folders, because we have already created a share folders. Under this my folder, you can mention your permanent library folder. For example, ABC, and close the statement. Now under the shared folder, I should create ABC folder itself in my computer, but I haven't created that now because I want to show you, if I'm not creating a for ABC name folder, how it will not create the permanent library. Library mylib doesn't exist. Now now I will create a new folder with name ABC in my shared folder. Now again working on same command. To execute this statement, you can press run, or sorry, you can click on run or press F3. Now mylib was successfully assigned. So I have created a permanent library. Now moving ahead, how to write dataset or how to enter the dataset in SAS system. The command start with data statement. Before executing this code, I want to I mention the certain things to you. SAS works on two statements. First is data step. Another one is proc step. Now, data step is used to write the dataset into SAS system, and proc step, which is nothing just a procedure, is used to process the dataset. Any operation, any statistical operation or business analytical operation you can use or you can execute with the help of the proc step. And any modification, any assignment statement, any filter you can introduce with the help of the data statement. To put the command, you can press star, it will turn in green color and end with column. All in green color becomes command, and SAS won't process these codes. Now coming back to creating the data set into SAS, the command start with data, name of the data set. It could be anything. ABC, sales, company name, or simple for me, it's details. Input statement. With the help of the input statement, we are telling SAS which all variables we want to create into our data set. So there are 5 variables I want to create in my data set: ID, company, units, location, price, and then cards. After the card statement, I can mention all the data set, all the number of observations which should be there into my new data set. Now, in order to tell SAS which particular field is numeric or which particular field is character, you need to mention within in input statement. For the any character value or any character variable, you mention dollar symbol. Dollar symbol denotes it is a character value for in front of the company because it's going to be a character. Units going to be a numeric, so no need to enter any value in front of the units. Location, character, price, numeric. Now at the end, press colon button, select the statement, either click on this icon or press F3. Check the logbook, all in blue, it means the code executed in a good format. Go to result window or go to output data. You can see the output data: ID, company, unit, location, and price. Now moving ahead, there is a one command content which tells us the characteristics of dataset. Means the characteristics of variable, whether they are in alphanumeric, numeric, or character, along with their length, the default length. The command is proc contents data is equal to data name and run. Press F3. Now see here. Just scroll it down to bottom of the page and you can see the variables names along with their type, character, numeric, and default length 8888. Now you can easily see the numbers are not in order 42153. So in order to make it in sending order or in order in which they are created, you can mention var Scroll it down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because they are created in the same order. First is ID, company, unit, location, price. I show you here also. ID, company, units, location, and price. So Venom is a keyword which tells SAS to print the number of variables in which they are created into the dataset. Now another command is proc print. What proc print does, it prints the output to you and you can easily see which particular variable is telling in which sense. Just select it, press F3. It is the way to get printed the number of observation in the data set. Right? Now how to add a new variable in existing data set? The command is data, my new data set statement, the name of the new data set. It is just a name. It could be anything. D1, D4, anything you want. So I mention it as D1. set details. Set statement is used to copy the existing file into the new file. So I am repeating, set statement is used to copy all the observation present in existing file into the new file. Then discount, because I want to create a new variable with name discount having a value 5%, and the new variable again discounted price with the arithmetic operation discount multiply by price and colon to close the statement. Then done, semicolon, sorry, not colon, and press F3. So you can see here a new variable is created, discount, with the discounted price having the values. So in this way we can add a new variable into our data set. If you mention a same name here, details, so all the modification you are mentioning in the data step will appear in your existing data set. For example, I mentioned details, set details itself, discount 5, discounted price, discount multiplied by price. Or for a change, I change the name to this and 10. Execute the command with the help of F3. So, okay, there is a one error, I think. Yeah, I have not changed this thing. Now see the result. Right? Discount is 10% and discounted price is this one. This one is the earlier state appearing from the earlier statement, which I can easily drop it with the help of the drop command, which I'll discuss further. Moving ahead, if I want to give a condition, a filter, which we can easily give in Excel also or in SQL, want to create a new data set with a discounted price is equal to 50 or greater than 50. Greater than is equal to 50. Select the statement, press F3. This command will create a new dataset with name D2 by setting the D1, means copying the D1 observation to D2, but with the condition the discounted price should be greater than or equal to 50. I can see the dataset from here also. You can see the work library, D2 dataset, double click, and here. But all of the observation are greater than 50, so I change my statement to make it something different for to you. Greater than or equal to 60. F3. Now see, there are only four rows appearing in my new dataset. Moving ahead, as I mentioned earlier, I can easily drop any of the variable which I don't want to keep in my dataset. So for example, I'm creating again a new dataset with the name D3 by setting D1 all the observation of D1. I show you D1 observations and variables, ID, company, units, location, price, discount, and discounted price. Now, From these variables, I just want to drop discount, ID, and units, and want to create a new variable. So the command would be data, my new variable, new data set name, set d1, drop, which tells us which particular variables need to be dropped, and run command. Press F3. The new data set has been created with the name D3. Double click to check, and you have only four variables because you have asked the SAS to drop discount, ID, and units. So there is no discount, ID, and units present in your new data set. Similarly, if you want to keep only these sort of variables or any sort of variables into your dataset and drop other variables, you can also do in the another way. By putting the keep statement, you are asking SAS to keep only these variable and drop each and every other variables. So I'm creating the same dataset, D3, setting D1, keep, and F3. So now I have only those variables which I mentioned over in my code, ID, units, and discount. Right? Now further we go to sorting. How to sort the dataset with the help of the one key variable or two key variable depending upon nature of the request. So block sort is a statement, is a procedure itself to sort the dataset by mentioning the key variable. So the command would be proc sort data is equal to data name by the statement or by the keyword which tells us take that particular variable in which sorting should be done. So I am mentioning price as a key variable on which sorting should be done and semicolon then run command. Now the default sorting would be ascending. So when I execute this command, the SAS will sort details data set in ascending order with the help of the price column. But before doing that, I need to correct my detail statement, detailed data set because I have made the changes on detailed data set here. So I'm just again executing my first command, right? Sorry. Yeah. So now I can execute my this sorting command with the help of F3. Check the logbook. There were 6 observations that from the dataset work detail and the sorting has been done successfully. Procedure sorted use. Now in order to check the result, see there, 1000 and all in ascending order. The dataset has been sorted. In order to sort it descending order, you can also do that by just adding descending in front before the variable name and F3. Now you can see the price, the dataset has been sorted in descending order on price 15, 15, 12, 12, and 1000. So in this way, we can easily sort ascending or descending order the dataset according to our need. Now moving ahead, I tell you how to import an external file in SAS Studio or SAS platform. So while working on a actual dataset, we always get a file in certain format, which could be CSV, which could be Excel format, or text format, or .dat format. So we can easily import these type of file with the help of proc import command. I'll tell you the process. This command works in this way. Proc import out is equal to car means I have the car dataset, car CSV file present in my shared folder, which is my folder, and I want to import that file into my SAS Studio. So I can write out is equal to name of the file, which any name I can give to my imported table. Cars, car sales, or info car, anything. Then data file is equal to the default path folders, my folder. This is the path of your share folder. I show you the share folder again. This is my share folder, SAS University Edition, my folder. In this folder, you need to paste your input file. I show you the input file here. I have the car input file which I want to import in SAS Studio. So this is the file with manufacturer model, this is engine price and all. I close it, go back to your SAS Studio. So default path is folders, my folder. After that, you need to give the file name with its extension .csv as it is a CSV file in inverted commas. Now DBMS, which is database management system, it is CSV file. Had it been a Excel file, then the command would be XLS, and here also XLS. If XLSX is the extension, here also XLSX. In this way, we can file multiple formats of the file into SAS Studio. Then replace get name, because I have the headers in my CSV file. So get name, yes, and then command. Press F3. So the file has been imported successfully. I can see the log also. Yes, 157 observation with 15 variables. I can see the info car, and these are the records present in my file. These are the variables. I can check the contents of this imported file with the help of the proc content statement. F3. Okay. Because I have mentioned wrong name, I should mention info car. Going to the last table. Yes, manufacturer model sales with their types, with their default length, their format and in format. I'll explain you format and in format in our next lecture. Now moving ahead, checking mean and missing values. Well, this is a very important step when you are working in industry and when you are working with a large number of data set. It is very important and it is very basic thing you should aware how to identify missing values and how to treat them as well. So the proc mean is a procedure which helps you in identifying the missing value as well as identifying the basic statistic of your data set. So command start with proc mean data is equal to data name. My data name is info car, where stands for variable you want to on which the operation should be done. So I want the operation should be done on sales and price. If you are not giving the where statement, For example, if I am putting it under comment and mention run, it will take all the numeric value automatically, or it will take all the numeric variables automatically and do the operation on them, like mean, standard deviation. The default output would be like this. Name of all the variables with the number of observations, mean, their standard deviation, minimum and maximum. So this is the basic output of top mean procedure. If you are giving where statement with sales and price, it will work accordingly. Right? Sales and price. So I was discussing about the missing values, how to calculate or how to identify the number of missing values. The keyword is and miss. That's it. The command remains same. And miss. There is no missing value in sales, but yes, there is a missing value in price. Similarly, if I make it comment and execute the whole statement, now I get the missing value in my numeric variables. I have not any missing value in sales, but yes, there are the 36 missing values in the sale value, price to 1111, weight 2, capacity efficiency 1 and 3, and there is a no missing value in latest launch. So in this way we can easily find the missing values. At last, I take you through a very important and very basic procedure while working on business analytics. When you are working on statistical or when you are working on predictive modeling, you need to know the characteristics of a single variable, whether it is normally distributed, what the skewness and kurtosis, the standard deviations, though the standard deviation can also be seen from the proc mean statement, but there are certain things which needed to be known before working on the predictive modeling, like quantile or percentile, the median, the mode, etc. So the command is proc univariate. Univariate stands for uni, a single variable, and variate means variable. So the single variable will be processed in this procedure. Data is equal to my data name, where variable name, price, I want to do the operation on price. Now this is the histogram statement. If I want to create a histogram, it's all up to you. Put it command, it works also. If you're not putting it command, it will give you a histogram. QQ plot, again, to check whether the distribution is normal or not. Put it as command as of now and execute the statement with the help of F3. Let me take you through the output in detail. N stand for number of observations 55 because one was missing. The two observation were missing in price. The mean, standard deviation, skewness, you can see the skewness, coefficient variance, kurtosis, variance, subweight, some of the observations. Correct me, forget that. Go to the median, mod, standard deviation again, variance and its range, interquartile range, which is very important while working on logistic regression, because you need to treat the missing values as well as the outliers. With the help of the interquartile range, you can easily do these operations. Student t-test, I'll explain all this in detail when we are working on business analytical course, followed by predictive modeling. Quartiles, 199, all these, and extreme values and their position in the data set, highest, lowest, and As I mentioned earlier, there are the two missing values. These are the missing observations. Right? So this is a very important, very basic and very powerful step while working on predictive modeling problems. Now I show you the impact of these two statements. Okay, scroll it down. We have already seen these results. So this is the histogram. You can see the normal distribution curve, and it is slightly skewed as positive skewed as it was mentioned in 1.76. Right. The QQ plot. Wait a second. This is the QQ plot. It is used to check whether it is normally distributed or not. I explained you how it is being checked when we are doing the business analytical analytics course. So the summary of this demo session, I want to give you a brief idea or a flavor how SAS works. So at the end, we have covered how to create a permanent library, how to create a dataset into SAS Studio, checking their contents, how to get print the number of observation present in dataset, how to add and do arithmetic operation with the new variables, how to create a filter, how to drop and keep this number of variables in my existing dataset, how to sort, import external file, checking content, checking missing value and means, and at last but not the least, checking univariate, whether my variable is normally distributed or not, or some basic characteristics which are very essential for statistical purpose. So one thing I forgot to mention, how to store the dataset into permanent library, because as I mentioned in the beginning, all these dataset are appearing in work library. The moment I shut it down or sign off, all the work would be lost. So I don't want to do that. So I'm just saving all my work into my permanent library. How to do that? I'll tell you. Okay. So write data and name of the dataset you want to save in your permanent library. Set to copy the existing dataset into the new one. So this is my new one, and this is the existing one, which is by default same because I want to create the existing one into my permanent library and run. This is the default library because the default is work. Work library is this one. If I want to give a name to the permanent library, just mention mylib, because mylib is my permanent library, and dot. Right? Now execute this statement. That's it. Within the my libraries, you can see mylib and details. Now I show you the details here also. Library details. So I have saved my work in my permanent library. Now I can easily log off or log out my SAS Studio. So this is the demo session. I hope you have liked it, and I'll see you all in a full-fledged session under SasAnalytics.co.in. That's it from my side. Thank you. Have a nice day.